Dear human, we are the novel coronaviruses, and please let us finish, although we know you may feel like cursing as soon as you hear our name. We know too well that we are not despised, detested, and denounced by everyone, and we admit that's for good reason. But for once, we, though as inferior things, not even qualified for the title organisms, still have something to say. Please accept our apology for having caused so much inconvenience, chaos, and worst of all, suffering and death. Rubbish, you may think, as you take it for granted that as the culprits for this tragedy, we are merely ruthless murderers, not having the slightest tinge of empathy, but now pretending to be sorry for our own sins. In fact, it all started on a day when a small group of us lost our habitat suddenly, and before we figured out what actually happened, we decided to find places to settle down again and get back to our normal life. Sadly, it later turned out that we were inside a human body after he swallowed our former host, and the place where we accidentally built our homes upon was a human lawn. It was something that we couldn't have imagined. Throughout our history, every one of us want nothing but a peaceful life in the environment that we are familiar with, accompanied by families and friends, without interfering with the outside world, let alone hurting others deliberately. But ever since we were caught up in humans' world, we've been the public enemies in this disaster. It's obviously a disaster for people, but has anyone realized that it is a disaster for us too? How painful we felt when we see ourselves being pictured as ugly creatures with evil faces on TV. How we blamed ourselves for these crimes that we didn't mean to commit yet failed to control, and how heartbroken we were, witnessing our offspring being smothered the instant they came to the world. It is not only you that hate us. We hate ourselves too. We hate ourselves for being so childish, always catching the attention of the public, that many people with deadly diseases, apart from the novel coronavirus pneumonia, are not receiving enough care and treatment they deserved. We hate ourselves for being so selfish that there are people giving out every penny they saved in the hope that things will get better. We hate ourselves for being so good at hiding at first, that those who first noticed something was happening were wrongly accused of spreading rumors. And then, what can we do? We're not willing to cause harm, but it is our instinct to survive, even at the cost of innocent lives, and the situation is totally beyond our control. Only you can make a change. Fear, suspicion, and hatred are not the solution. By contrast, faith, trust, and love are. Stop stepping away from the doctors and nurses to whom you should be most grateful, out of the fear of being infected. Stop pouring irresponsible criticism on those who kindly made a contribution, out of the suspicion that they have ulterior motives. Stop hating the ones who brought us from one district to another, from one province to another, from one country to another, out of the apprehension that you may fall victim as well. It seems ironic that we are saying all these to you, but we know how this huge event will end up. There will be no winner in this battle, with tremendous casualty for both sides, but hopefully we will all learn our lesson. Allow us to apologize once again, and let us pray together that peace will be regained. Novel coronaviruses.